Hello, this is Carrie Jordan. I wanted to go live today because I want to share with you what the Rise Collective is. It just became clear to us. And we're just now launching the membership of what the true purpose of the Rise Collective is. So I'm going to share that here. And first, I'm going to make a prayer. Great Spirit, great mystery, please support me in sharing these words. Oversoul, ancestors, guides, please be with me. Help me share the words that need to come through that others need to hear in service of the highest good of all beings. Thank you. All right, I like to do that because I'm aware that the Rise Collective included, and what I'm sharing right now, it's not me. It's not about me. It's not about my ego or any of that. I'm following instructions, and I have some notes here of just where I want to go. And I'm aware that it's not about me. All right, so let's get into it. First, I want to share the background of how the Rise Collective came to be, because I think that will help to inform just the story and what this is. So the background of the Rise Collective is that I started, the Rise Collective came through me in 2013. And when that happened, I didn't know what the Rise Collective was. I was creating this thing because it just felt like it needed to be birthed. It needed to come through. And so in 2013, I created the website. I ever since then have gone through a few different iterations of, what's being offered here, what we're sharing with the community. And this is an amazing community. I love all of the women who are on the mailing list, and we have together created so many beautiful relationships and friendships over the years. There's some of you, not all of you, but some of you have been with me for the whole journey, and it's really beautiful to see. So back in 2013, I created the Rise Collective. It started to come through. And in hindsight, I've been waiting in the void, in the unknown of allowing the next step and the next step and the next step to come through. The podcast is a big piece of that. One of the podcast episodes with Todd Eric, he talks about the original instructions. And a few of the guests talk about following instructions from the spirit world, following the next step and the next step and the next step. And for me, one of the ways that I know that I'm sharing from the other side is through yawning. When I'm yawning, it means that the words are coming through from the other side. It's not me. So I'm just sharing that because I don't want you to think that it's weird that she's yawning on this live. It's just, that's what happens. So following the instructions from the other side. That's where I was. And that's what I've been doing. In the past 2 or 3 years, I've been working with Karen Roberts, who is an absolutely profound and amazing energy healer. She is a divine medium, an angelic medium. You have to see it to believe it, I think. She is just a remarkable woman, wise woman, mother, grandmother. I'm getting chills as I'm talking about her, and nothing I say can tell you about her. You just have to experience her for yourself. So for the past few years, Karen and I have been working together. She's been one of my clients, and in the past couple of years, we've started to collaborate because it's clear to us that We have previously been working together in capacity as priestesses in the Mystery School of Poseidon, and in many different lifetimes, and including this lifetime. Karen and I are working together with the Rise Collective. If you join the Rise Collective, you will get time with Karen. And so the Rise Collective, it has come to our attention. We started to get downloads in 2018. Actually, Karen got a particular download for me about the Rise Collective in 2018. Ever since then, I've had that download. I wrote it down, what she said, and I've had it on my altar. When she gave me that download, I didn't understand. I didn't understand what it was about. And I knew that I just needed to allow it to unfold, like I've been doing since 2013 when I first birthed the Rise Collective. It's been on my altar. And we continue to get some downloads between 2018 and now. They continue to be sort of vague and unclear. And we knew that just keep showing up. In this year, 2020, well, last year, 2020, the downloads started to come faster. They started to become a lot more clear. They started to give us clear instructions. And if you go to the Rise Collective landing page or anything I've written about the Rise Collective recently on Instagram, you will see some of the information from those downloads. I've been using it, not using it, but I've been communicating it to you in writing, what we transcribed from the channels and the downloads that have come through. And so if that resonates with you, that means that you need to come in. That means that you're being called. If you feel a pull by the words that are written there, or anything I'm saying right now for that matter, that means that you were also in the mystery schools with us. The Rise Collective is calling forth the women who have been in the mystery schools in past lives together so that we can do that work in this lifetime, because we came to this planet to do that work. And I'll get into what that work is. All right, so I shared a little bit about the downloads, the history, and so what became clear to us through the downloads in 2020 is that the Rise Collective, the main purpose of the Rise Collective is to bring more light to this planet, to create a grid of light around the planet, and to bring together the women who have been in the priestesshood in past lives so that we can remove the veils of amnesia. The veils of amnesia have been placed upon us by dark forces so that we cannot access our latent genetic code. There is locked up genetic code within us humans that we are unlocking. That's what we're doing in the Rise Collective. And as we unlock it, we are able to ground more light to this planet and light up the grid of light, the web of light, the tapestry of light. We've had many iterations of what this is called, and on the other side, they are calling it the grid, the tapestry, the web, the network of light, because they want us to understand what this is. We're bringing more light to this planet. And in the process of bringing more light to this planet, in the process of unlocking our genetic code, and using more of our brains, we only use like 5% of our brains, and same with our DNA. Scientists have been calling it junk DNA for so long. It's not junk, it's just locked up. We're removing the veils of amnesia so that we can work with that information. Light is information, love is creation. So we are creating light and love. And, you know, it's so trendy in our spaces on social media, etc., to put down the light and love and light rhetoric. I think that when we put it down and when we talk about love and light, we're not actually, like so many things that we oversimplify on social media and in this world, everything's oversimplified. If you don't want to talk about love and light, or if you don't like that phrase, you don't understand what it means. And I was one of those people for a while until I started to understand this. We'll talk more about it in the collective. All right. So I talked about the veil of amnesia. I talked about the history. What I want you to know is that the reason, not what I want you to know, what they want you to know is that the reason that the Rise Collective has waited this long to come to fruition is that we have been building for this moment in time. We've been building since 2013 for this moment in time to be able to call forth the women who need to hear this, who need to be part of it. And that's on a logistical human front. We've built, you know, a following. We've built the infrastructure required to create this grid and this network. So it's taken, what is that, 7, 8 years? It's taken 7 or 8 years to create the infrastructure required in this realm, in this human realm, to reach the women who need to come in. Additionally, 2020, 2021, going forward, we're here for this. If you don't know what that means, maybe this isn't for you, but we're here for this. Light is our liberation. As Karen said in one of her meditations the other night, she did a massive meditation the night before the inauguration, hosted it. It was beautiful. And she doesn't even remember saying light is our liberation. That is the truth. So if this is resonating with you, go to therisecollective.org/join and you'll be in. The details, logistics-wise, are that the Rise Collective is a membership. It's a feminine mystery school. It is a council of wise women. You will have the opportunity to sit with, be coached by, learn from a host of wise women who are in the council, including Karen, including myself, including Molly Pace, who is an amazing art therapist and much, much more than an art therapist, and including several other women that I have on the docket to be guest teachers and to come in and teach. And you will have an opportunity to teach the women in the Rise Collective as well. If you have something to teach, we want to hear it. There's an opportunity to teach. We have a calendar of events on therisecollective.org/join. You can check out the calendar of events. There's a shamanic study group within the Mystery School. There are monthly energy healings with Karen, which are normally $135 per healing. There's going to be a group healing every single month. And that's because energy work is a main lever in lifting the veils of illusion and lifting the veils of amnesia. And so that is a very necessary work for us in the Mystery School. We're going to be learning to work with our emotion. We're going to be learning powerful communication skills for priestesses. This is important. I'm not going to get into what they are, but it's very important work. I'm going to just pull up the join page so I can tell you what else is within the Mystery School, because there's so much more. There's going to be a School of Bones coming in a couple of months, which is basically a school of ancestral healing, ancestral discovery, which will be part of the DNA activation. We're doing tons of DNA activation. That happens partly in the energy work and in other ways as well. Where I'm hosting a monthly workshop every single month. So those are going to be for every area of your life. And there's also a mastermind circle that can be for business owners. It can be for anyone who is working toward goals. And, you know, people say that goals aren't spiritual. My belief is that goals are the most spiritual. One of the most spiritual things that you can do for yourself is to set goals and work toward your goals. And that's another live for another time. This Rise Collective is a North Star. It's a women's council. It is a mystery school. It is a North Star for women who are lifting the veils of amnesia, working with all of the inner wisdom that is latent inside of them, working with all of the ancient wisdom that is available to us. And it's all available to us. It's all in the Akashic records. It's all in your bones. It's in your bones. It's inside of you, okay? I want you to remember that. Even if you're not in, you don't join in the Rise Collective, it's inside of you. That's the important thing I want you to know. We just need help accessing it, and we help each other. That's why it's a collective. We pay to be part of the collective because there's lots of administrative costs to holding the space. There's, you know, the membership site, there's all the software, there's our time and energy. I want to compensate, and we have to make that happen through the membership fees. And so that's the story of the Rise Collective. That's what it is. I would love to see you in there. And if you feel called in any way toward this work, if you feel curious, if you feel excited, expansive, any of those ways or something else, I want to hear from you. This is calling you if you feel any of those ways. So please reach out. And if you're all, just follow the prompts. There is a founding member discount right now, which you'll see on the sales on the page where you pay. You'll find the coupon code there to get the founding member discount. And when you are a founding member, the price is going to go up in the future because, like I said, we need to cover those administration costs. Right now, the cost is, we're going to likely be in the red, which is okay. But what I want to tell you is that the founding members will be grandmothered in at the founding member rate. The price is going to go up, but it will never go up for founding members, okay? So that's what I wanted to share. I would love it if you would join us if you feel called, and I'll talk to you soon.